Hey guys, welcome back. So there was a really big win for the progressives here on Election Day, March 17, 2020. Not so much on the presidential side, but in the 3rd Congressional District of the state of Illinois. This is a race that a lot of people had their eyes on. It's kind of like what we had earlier in Texas with Cuellar going against Cisneros. Kind of a similar dynamic here where you have a very conservative entrenched incumbent Democrat in Dan Lipinski being challenged from the left by Marie Newman, who is a Justice Democrat. Of course, you probably know there's 7 Justice Democrats that are currently in Congress. Those would be individuals like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Ro Khanna, Pramila Jayapal, as well as Raul Grijalva. So with Marie Newman now projected to go on and win what is a very competitive result here in the 3rd Congressional District of Illinois, this is an extremely safe Democratic seat. So this is where all the interesting things were going on in this head-to-head between Newman and Lipinski. Dan Lipinski, he's essentially a Republican in Democrats' clothing. He's anti-choice. He also was one of the Democrats that voted against the Affordable Care Act. And really, in this matchup for Dan Lipinski against Marie Newman, showing no shame, running ads against Marie Newman saying that she wants to get rid of the Affordable Care Act because she is a Medicare for All Democrat, when he, back in the day, voted against the Affordable Care Act, now running attack ads against Marie Newman saying that she wants to get rid of it when he didn't like it because he thought the Affordable Care Act was too far to the left. He was to the right of that particular legislation, just to kind of give you an idea of what kind of Democrat that we're dealing with here with Dan Lipinski. So this was a big win for the progressive movement, and the Justice Democrats look like they're going to be adding another congressperson to the 7 individuals that they currently have. And to take a look back, this is actually a rematch between Marie Newman and Dan Lipinski. Back in the 2018 midterms, it was extremely close, with Lipinski getting about 51%, Marie Newman at about 49 percentage points. So this time around, Marie Newman had a little bit more in the way of name recognition, challenging Lipinski again, and it looks like it is paying off there for the progressive. Right now, she has about a 3 to 4 percentage point lead, with about 85% of the precincts reporting, and she's leading in all of the different counties that we're seeing here in this district, in DuPage, Cook, as well as Will. So now I just want to quickly go over and show you what's happening on the presidential side. Not as much good news here for the progressives, as Joe Biden has already been projected the winner in Florida as well as Illinois. He's there at about 62% right now in Florida, with 98.4% of the precincts in. Sanders only at around 23 percentage points. Nobody expected Sanders to have all that much in the way of success again this time around in Florida, just like he struggled in the state in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. In 2016, also, Bernie Sanders in Illinois was essentially around a 50-50 split between himself and Hillary Clinton, but quite a significant gap this time around, with Joe Biden sitting at nearly around 59 to 60% of the vote, with Sanders at around 36%. And then we still have Arizona to come in later on, but based on what we're seeing thus far tonight, it would be fairly surprising if Biden wasn't also able to go on and carry that one. So on the presidential side, Joe Biden over the past few weeks has kind of claimed that front-runner, almost presumptive nominee at this point in time, with these convincing victories that he's been picking up over Bernie. And in contrast to what we had back in 2016, Biden outperforming the margins that Hillary Clinton was able to do in a lot of these areas, essentially across the board, against Bernie Sanders. But those were the results that I wanted to touch on here, guys. Again, with this really interesting congressional race going on there, Marie Newman picking up a huge win there for the progressives, whereas Bernie Sanders coming up short on the presidential side of things. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing for more election coverage, and I'll see you back here for future videos.